This is an NBC News special report. Here's Lester Holt.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is 4 o'clock in the east. The markets have closed. We're coming on the air this hour to bring you word of a big drop today in the stock market. The closing bell, the Dow was down more than 700 points, a drop of nearly 3%. Contributing factors today, President Trump's announcement today of billions of dollars in new tariffs against China, sparking fears of a trade war potentially harming the U.S. economy. Also, the ongoing crisis at Facebook and the controversy over how the personal data of millions of its members was used. After a years-long bull market, the Dow has had a bumpy ride over the past 7 weeks. Today's plunge bringing even more uncertainty. I want to bring in now Sue Herrera from CNBC. I mentioned some of the possible factors. How much of this, though, is about China, Sue?
I think the majority, Lester, of it is about China. China is one of our biggest trading partners, and they have said that if these tariffs are really imposed, that they will retaliate, and that would make it much more expensive for U.S. companies to sell their goods in China. The president has said in the past that trade wars are good. That the market does not believe that. The market is very worried about a trade war. Also, keep in mind the Chinese are big buyers of our U.S. bonds, our savings bonds here in the United States. If they stop buying those, that's a negative for the market as well. So trade was the key issue, and the market is very worried about a trade war.
Sue Herrera, thank you very much. Let's go to the White House now. And Hallie Jackson. Hallie, we were on the air just a few hours ago as the president set in motion these billions of dollars in trade sanctions against China. Was the White House braced for what we're seeing right now?
I think so, Lester. I just got off the phone seconds ago with a senior White House official here who says, listen, the White House is focused on looking long term at the stock market, not on the short term. They understand that these kinds of fluctuations will happen. They saw this just a few weeks ago when the president announced those tariffs on steel and aluminum, for example, a different set of punishments. So at this point, the White House appears to be taking this in stride. That said, we know this is a president who likes to look at the stock market, who likes to tout the economic gains in the stock market. So I would not be surprised if President Trump was looking closely at the big board, Lester, like we all are on this. Remember, the White House believes this is a promise made, promise kept. They believe that they are punishing China with these tariffs for essentially unfairly stealing technology secrets from U.S. companies. The real concern here, as Sue and you have discussed, is that China may retaliate here, slapping their own tough tariffs, for example, on agricultural imports. That would really hit farmers in states that Donald Trump did well in, and that's a real concern for some of those folks. Lester, retailers also not happy. All
right, Hallie Jackson, thank you. And once again, we'll show you the numbers. You see them on the screen. The Dow down over 700 points, closing below the 24,000 mark, down almost 3%. All three major indices down today. We will, of course, have full coverage of all this when I see you in just a few hours on NBC Nightly News. For now, I'm Lester Holt, NBC News, New York. Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.